Oh, oh.
Hello, Isabela. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, and you? Oh, there's so much light here. You're seeing me well?
Yeah, I can see you now better.
Oh,
Yeah,
great. How are you?
greetings from Turkey.
And you're from Brazil? First thing that I want to ask you is, how can I pronounce your name?
My name is Serpil.
Safi. Ah, great.
Serpil. Serpil. Greetings from Turkey. How are you, Isabela?
I'm really fine, and you?
Thank you so much. It's great to get to be introduced here together at the same time.
Yes. It's really a pleasure. I really love it to talk with other executive assistants, especially other ones around the world.
Yes, me too. And it's the first time I'm interviewing with one of my colleagues in another countries. Maybe you have checked my social media, YouTube channel or
Yes.
Instagram page or Facebook that so far I interviewed with almost 60 executives from all around the world about our job description, how it should be, what they expect from us. And from Turkey, I just interviewed with three colleagues of mine. One
Oh,
is
great.
in capital of Turkey, one is in Istanbul, and no, two is in Istanbul. And you are the first, to be honest. And I love social media. As you see that we tied up together because of Instagram, and I asked if you be one of the colleagues that I can get to interview, and you accepted. Really, thank you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure for me.
And before we start, of course, you don't know about me. Let me tell you who I am, what I am doing. As you know, I'm Serpil Soykan. Right now, I'm working at a textile company, but I have executive assistant background for almost 18 years. I started my
Oh, that's
journey
amazing.
in automotive sector and worked there for almost, let's say, 17 years in total. And for the last almost 1 year, I am at textile. I'm in Bursa. I love my job. I really love my job. Every day I fell in love more and more. When I get into deeply in it, really I found out there are lots of things that we need to learn. And it's also great that I love to be connected with other colleagues of mine in all other worlds, like you. Now I know you, and I believe that we must stay in contact to increase the consciousness of this job description. And also, I am the member of IMA, International Management Assistant. I'm the
Oh,
member of
great.
here newly with the support of Ms. Menekşe Ahbap, to whom I am thankful to hear. And this is who I am. And before we start, I would like to know you. Maybe you can introduce yourself us here.
Yes, for sure. I'm just to close the window
Okay.
here. Okay. Because it's a view.
Okay.
Let's go. Well, first of all, it's really nice to meet you and be here and talk about our professional, because it's something that it's really exciting for me, because I graduated in Secretarial Science. Here in Brazil, we have a degree to be a secretary and those things, and I studied that. And here in the college, we know a few languages: English, Spanish, and French. So it was really awesome to practice that and those things. So here in Brazil, there's a professional that is a remote secretaries assistants, that people that don't get a degree that I have do this profession. So our degree is more like to work at big companies or work for companies from the government, things like that. And when I graduated, I had the opportunity to start being my first job at a big company that is one of the most known here in Brazil about innovation and stuff like that. And I learned that a lot about innovation, future, and those stuff like that. That I really like it. So I started to think, wow, we have to innovate in our jobs because I think secretary, executive assistants maybe are like just do the job description or just do the things that the boss asks, the things that the boss says. And I think no, I think we could do more. I think we could do better than that. And then this year, I start my own company, and I started my own company in detective assistant. Now I exist only women, and all around Brazil. You know, I don't have only clients in one state or one city. I have clients all over Brazil, and we're really improving that. It's like everybody could have an executive assistant. You know, everybody that works in entrepreneurship, work with technology, we work with social media. Everybody can have an executive assistant. So this is why I opened this company to really give that opportunity to those small companies that maybe they couldn't have an executive assistant by their own because they don't have so much money, they don't have something to access. So this is why I opened this company, and it's really great for me. I'm really liking doing this job.
Great, congratulations! It's really great. Thank you for letting me know that. And here in Turkey, executive assistant role is having a crucial position. It's a key position for companies here. And that's why I conducted a project here 1 month ago, interviewing with the executives all around the world to see where we are globally, and also to make the awareness of what this position is real in life for the manager level, because managers don't have an idea what we are doing. Time to time, they are giving us just subordinate positions, like answering the phones, receiving the post, but we are not this. We know that. Even we know we hold the same title, the same definition as executive assistants. Of course, when the companies, the culture, the responsibilities change, the work loads, what you are doing during the day also change. How an executive assistant is spending their days in the companies. For example, what you are doing in a daily. For me, I wake up at 5 a.m., I just have reminders to my managers, and when I go to work, at the first I clean up my office, make it everything in tight, and then when my manager comes, making appointments and also getting into his room, we check up all the appointments like that. Is going until 6 p.m. How is going in Brazil? What you are doing in a daily basis?
Well, I'm gonna speak about two scenarios that we have here. When I work at a company, a big company with that I have to manage the life of all the CEOs and managers and those things. Actually, we do some stuff that are ordinary, like coffee, stuff like that, answer the phone, answer the door, answer the mailing.
Exactly.
I did stuff like that at this company, but I also participated for some stuff that was really strategical things, like something that most of executive assistants does here in Brazil. It's about traveling. We manage all those things about travel. So everything that we have to do about travel at the company, I was responsible. So it's something that it's really strategic because if I commit a mistake, the company may lose money, may lose time, may lose a lot of stuff. So yes, we do stuff like answer the door, answer the phone, but we also do things that it's really strategic. And something that I think that it was something that I did a lot is because the CEO that I manager, he doesn't spend so much time in the company because he travels a lot doing meetings and doing some workshops, things like that. And then I was like his eyes, I always do something about him. Oh, this happened, and you should talk with her because I feel that something is happening in this sector, in this area of the company. So we do things that really are not what we should do, like coffee and those stuffs. But it's like for me, it's like something that it's a pleased, it's something that we do because we are a pleased person. It's not just because it's our job. But my routine here, my daily life, it's like I woke up and then I send messages to my boss. I have 80 persons that I exist and executives, and then I ask, oh, you have something that I could do, something for today, something for the day. First of all, I do that. I woke up 8 p.m. in Brazil. And then I do some coffee, some exercise, some things like that. And then probably they answered me. So I do like a list of stuff that I have to do. And then I sit here at my desk and don't stop at lunch, and then I lunch, and then I go back to the activities. And here in Brazil, we stop to work 6 p.m. It's like a 8 hours journey, that we work by day. In Turkey, it's like that. How many hours a day you work?
It's almost 10 hours.
Almost
10 hours.
10 hours.
Yes. Including lunchtime. Including lunchtime. But of course, it's depending. It's depending on where you are working. I used to be working for 9 hours. Right now, I'm working for 10, maybe more than 10 hours. If my manager is staying at work until 8 p.m. or even 12 a.m. Of course, he hasn't stayed too much late like this, but I have to stay. This is one of my responsibilities here. It is changing as per the companies you work with here.
Yes. And the activity that I do normally during this period of work, it's like answering the clients. It's something that I'm doing a lot here. It's like without the executive doesn't answer their clients. I answer the clients for them. It's something that I do a lot. I do all the time. This is why I'm always with my phone. And taking care of the agenda, there's something that we normally do here. Really organize all the agenda and the appointments and all those things. And also help with some bureaucracy things, like some things from the financial, some things like that, some things like mailing. It's a bit of a lot of things, but I think that the most activities are agenda and answer the clients. Yes.
Good, almost the same as here. In Turkey, we see that this position is not in the place where it is valued. It's not having responding a sufficient value. And is it the same in Brazil? In Turkey, in some of television series, secretaries or executive assistants just seem to be like the managers can shout at any time, like they are being seen like, as I told you, subordinate one. But it's not right, you know. We are just the partners for a company. Is it the same in Brazil?
I think it was the same, you know, because nowadays it's something that's really new. It's not something that it's happening for years. No, it's something that it's new. The companies, the executives didn't see us like a strategical position, a strategical person at the company. But now, even here in Brazil, we have a lot of like jokes with secretaries, with executive assistants, you know. A lot of jokes here, jokes that do not represent what we do not represent what we do, about executive assistants, you know. But we had a lot of jokes here, songs, you know, about things about the executive assistant with affair with the boss, you know, and nothing like that. It's the reality, you know. This doesn't happen. This doesn't happen. Maybe happened at the 60s, you know, like 50 years ago. But nowadays, at 21st century, this doesn't happen, you know. And I think the companies are starting to look to that, you know, like that we have value, that we are in a strategical position, that we could do things that are really important, that if you put someone else, someone that doesn't have the job, could do the job description right, could be like a failure. Yeah. So I think this is a scenario that's really changing here, you know. I think that nowadays some of companies, not all companies, I can't speak for all companies, but I think that most of them are really taking care of that, you know, giving us the right things, giving us the right rights, you know, and giving the credits that we deserve.
Yeah, right. And how we can change that to stay connected, all executive assistants in all around the world. I can't do that on my own. I am nothing individual. But when we are together, all colleagues of us as executive assistants, we can change this world. We can change the consciousness. And when we educate, when we train the boss, the CEO, the directors with whom we are working, all worlds can change. I believe like that. The second question that I asked to executive was, what are the most three critical skills that an executive assistant must have for you? I asked this question to executives. They replied me with different ways. One said that the communication skill is important. One said trustworthy. But how about us? What are the most three critical skills, the capabilities that the boss must have to make us work with? From my side, I need to, I expect my manager to have 100% submission to me. He must be like that with me in order to walk in the same path. Otherwise, no matter what skills you have, you can be the perfect assistant in the world. If you are not working in the same path, if you are not like this, we are nothing. And this is what I expect from a manager, to give all burden of him to me, to have enough submission. I mean that. So how about you? What are the most three critical capabilities that a boss must have for you to work with?
Yeah, I really agree with you about that because sometimes the executive asks us to do some stuff, but they want that we do stuff like them. But it's not possible to do that because we're not like them.
Exactly.
I am Isabella, you are Serpil. I'm not gonna do the things like you do because you're you, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's a critical thing because sometimes we do the thing that they ask us and we do pretty well. And I said, oh, it's great, I love it. But I think you should change this. And you looked at this and it's like something that's not really important. It's because it's not something that will change all the project, all the task. It's something that because you're not him, you're not the executive.
Mhm.
So you're not do like him. You will do in
Yeah.
your own way, and this is a really critical point when you start with a new client, when you start with a new executive, because you don't know how he wants things to get done. So you deliver the task and say, oh, it was not what I asked, and what? But you asked me to do A, to do A, B, C. Oh, but I want D, E, F. But you didn't said that you want D, E, F. And he says, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that. But can you do it again with D, E, F? And we lose a lot of time with that because it's like do it again, it's like we do it again because we don't have a clear communication. We don't know what the executive expect. So I think that the critical thing is communication. I want a boss who, when he tells me something that he wants, he doesn't tell me how can I do it, but what can I do? I think that is it. It's not teaching me how to do it. I know how to do it. I have a degree to do that. I have experience at the market to do that. I just want you to tell me what you need, and I will deliver you. Okay, but I need to know because they usually don't tell us what they want.
Yeah, right, Isabella. And I believe that the training must start inside of us. No matter how the managers are behaving us, I divide this position in two parts, secretarial and executive assistant. I believe that both are different. I'm not accepting, I don't like secretarial title. I just prefer executive assistant. But if your manager is behaving you like you are doing just a secretarial job, we mustn't be disappointed with that. We must know our value. We must at first train ourselves to increase the consciousness of our executive assistant job description. No matter which association we are in, we are together, as I said, all in around the world. We must stay connect. We must get in touch all the time for the updates, for the upcoming trainings, and then our job will be valued in the future. This is what I believe. And thank you so much, Isabella, for taking time for me. Really appreciate a lot. And I know
It's a pleasure for me.
I have a friend in Brazil, and you also have the same in Turkey.
Yeah, sure. It's my dream to meet Turkey.
Always there are things to learn from each other. Yes, we may be walking in the same path. It seems to be having the same responsibility, but believe me, always lots of aspects to learn each other. For example, in the last interview that I got with my colleagues in Istanbul, I learned something different. And one of my colleagues in Ankara, I learned different things. So we need to also educate each other. This is what I also gave value to. Thank you so much, Isabela.
Yes,
If you
yes.
would like to share more in the upcoming days, you know my number, my email, or contacts, you can feel free to contact me anytime. And really, thanks a lot for taking time here.
It was a pleasure for me, and I really appreciated the invite. And I hope you can connect all executive assistants all over the world.
You gave me hope, believe me. You know, before this interview, I didn't know you. I was not sure if you would accept or not because you have no idea about me. I was maybe cheating you. It can be anything, you know. There were questions in your mind. But thanks to you that you trust me. That's why I told you that you can visit my YouTube channel. I'm a real person.
Yeah, and your YouTube is great. I think it's like an open door for all executive assistants in all countries. You could really share with everybody.
And I love new networks, new friends, because as I said, we need each other. We need each other to increase the consciousness. I can't do that on my own, as I said. So I need you, you need me. We also need the other colleagues of us in all around the world. Right now, I don't know how to reach, but I will do my best. It's not impossible.
Yes, I think we'll do great. So really, thank you, Serpil.
My pleasure.
We get in touch if you need something.
Yeah.
If you need something, just contact.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, hope it one day. I'll let you know if I go to Turkey.
Sure.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.